In this video, we're ditching the typical tourist spots in Washington, D.C. for a different kind of weekend getaway. Instead, we'll be checking out the O Museum in the Mansion, an interactive hotel and museum with over 100 themed rooms and 80 secret doors, the International Spy Museum, and eating a whole lot of Ethiopian food. This is Magellan.
And this is Greyhound.
Where we make videos about epic road trips, kayaking, hiking, and other outdoor adventures. This trip's a little different for us because not only are we going to take the Amtrak from New York City to DC instead of driving, but we're going to bring this 5-pound fur ball with us. For those who don't already know him, say hello to Zeus, the Yorkie Wonder Boy. After checking him in with Amtrak, having a quick beer and some pizza in Moynihan at Penn Station, we boarded our train. Definitely more comfortable than an airplane, and taking a little over 3 hours, the ride was pretty uneventful and relaxing. Plenty of room for our luggage, outlets to charge our stuff. They even had a snack cart.
Can't drive and do this.
After arriving at Union Station near our nation's capital, we decided to stretch our legs by walking to the Hilton, where we were staying in downtown. After allowing Zeus to settle into his accommodations, we headed to nearby Chinatown for dinner at the Kura Revolving Sushi bar. I think we first tried this place in Los Angeles years ago. Definitely not top-tier sushi, but it's a great way to try new things without committing to a lot of food. And it's a fun gimmick. If you haven't been to one, the sushi comes around on a conveyor belt, and you can order from a menu at your table, and it'll be delivered to you on an upper conveyor belt.
So a lot of people have the question, how do they know how much you ate? They actually count your plates, and this is where things can get kind of dangerous because sushi is not cheap, and if you're just eating, it can get a little expensive.
A quick drink at our hotel bar later, and it was night-night for us. After sleeping in and eating a breakfast of shrimp and grits and andouille sausage and crab cakes Benedict at the hotel restaurant, and taking Zeus for a walk, we headed out onto the DC streets.
We are now heading to the O Museum.
Easily the highlight of the trip. It wasn't before long that I realized I still hadn't eaten enough, so we stopped briefly at a place called the Colada Shop, where I had some chicken and beef empanadas.
Kind of hard to screw up empanadas.
Right around the corner was our destination for the day, the O Museum in the Mansion, with over 100 themed rooms and 80 secret doors and 5 interconnected townhouses that all flowed into each other.
It's called the O Museum after the street it's on, but it's probably more popularly known as the Secret Door Museum.
After heading inside and buying our tickets, we were brought into this room for a basic introduction and some clues for the famous rooms.
What you're looking for are secret doors. They could be as large as this one right here, which is full size, almost larger than full size. Or there's ones as little as this. She says a lot of them are like cubby holes. And in particular, we are looking for the wine cellar room because the wine cellar room especially has multiple more secret doors inside of it. So everything in this place is for sale. So just in case you wanted to put this, cardboard cutout of this dude in this outfit in your kitchen, you could.
To give you an idea of what to expect, we'll only show you a few of the secret doors that are over the top obvious, but not the dozens we were able to find. Skip ahead a little to the John Lennon room if you don't want to see what we do show you.
You guys, this is way harder than it seems like it should be because everything is made of wood. Like the walls, all of the furniture, there's molding everywhere.
Another thing to mention is that music is a big theme you'll find from room to room here.
Ray Manzarek of The Doors. Rest in peace.
There are guitars everywhere, many of them signed by or belonging to people like John Lennon, Bruce Springsteen, Jimi Hendrix, Cat Stevens, and even Adam Sandler. So much funica. One of the first places we went on the hunt for was the wine cellar.
This is the only clue that we were able to get for this door is the chef loves Nutella. So check this out.
The notable thing about the wine cellar, other than other secret doors being here, is that this is a strand of Elvis's hair in this record. And where there is an Elvis hair, there is an Elvis room.
Oh, is it the Coca-Cola thing? Really? Oh, sweet. Oh, wow.
The Elvis room is filled with exactly what you'd expect to see. And there's even an Elvis toilet. Before we left the wine cellar, we found one more.
So we were told this does count. This is a secret door. This is actually a working hotel, so people can sleep here, and if they are sleeping here, then I guess they close the door and you're not allowed in here. But today, no one's sleeping here, so we can check this room out.
This room's theme is John Lennon, in case you were wondering, and is filled with memorabilia. The O Museum has many themed rooms throughout, ranging from log cabin style to safari and everything in between. Some of the other notable themed rooms here are the Rosa Parks room, who lived here for 10 years and is mostly untouched from the time that she spent here.
I am between two secret doors right now. I am very scared of the dark. Oh no!
By far the freakiest room is the Chucky room, which seems perversely created to give people who are terrified of clowns a chance to overcome their fears.
Guys, I really don't like clowns. Really don't.
Another theme we noticed in our exploration were the bathrooms.
Have much fun together, we will.
This is totally the Museum of Weird Bathrooms. The ugliest toilet in the entire world. Oh my god.
That is pretty ugly.
Dude.
You can shoot comets into it though. A golf ball, huh? We got the comet toilet, we can shoot brown comets into it. Now we got a golf ball where make sure to drop your ball in the hole.
You guys, both me and Magellan, looked at these two toilets and thought the same exact thing. Why would you want to take a crap sitting next to someone else?
Rawr. And then you take your poop.
This is an actual bathroom, by the way.
Yo, ain't that the truth?
After exploring what was probably close to 4 or 5 hours, we had a drink at the museum bar.
That was hard work. We deserve some drinks.
And I finally found the Prince purple rain jacket I'd been looking for the whole time, despite Prince memorabilia appearing in many other places. We briefly headed back to the hotel to take Zeus for a walk, and it was now time for dinner. For those who may not know, Washington D.C. has the largest Ethiopian community in the United States. We've eaten at different places before, and today settled on Abuare on U Street. You eat with your hands using a rubbery-like bread called injera, and can pick a variety of meats, cheeses, vegetables, and stews. We went with the beef tibs, ground chickpeas, ayab, which is a cheese similar to feta, and durawat, a chicken stew.
That's really good. A little spicy, but really good.
And of course I had to drink Ethiopian beer.
It's pretty good.
And with that, we relaxed back with Zeus at the hotel and called it a night. We weren't very hungry, so we decided to skip breakfast and made our way to our next destination.
We are heading to the International Spy Museum. Not that.
We weren't kidding about not visiting any monuments. No offense to them or any of the museums on the National Mall, although it's impossible not to pass by them. We eventually arrived at the Spy Museum in L'Enfant Plaza, which opened in 2002, and received our cover assignments and code words. You'll need these and your badge for the interactive exhibits. When you first enter, you'll learn about spy masters and the inventions they used. From transmitters inside radios, to hidden microphones and shoes, to microdots and toilet paper spindles with secret messages. It's pretty amazing how advanced spycraft is for its time, and something you never really find out until years later, what the spies were using.
See this little dragonfly thing? That is a drone. They were making that in 1976. I wonder what they're making now.
This seal, gifted by Soviet children to a US ambassador, was an actual listening device and went undiscovered for 7 years. And these were all designed and used in disguises by several spies. At the end of each area, you'll find an interactive screen to fulfill your mission. Greyhound is slipping into Cairo as an archaeologist, and I'm infiltrating Mumbai as a teacher. Being a teacher sounds much better than having to fly over hostile territory, and hopefully I won't have to use this suicide pin. The purpose of Project Rain Barrel determined that the Soviets had conducted a secret atomic bomb test by finding radioactivity in rainwater. This is a section of the real Berlin Tunnel that the British and Americans used to spy on the Soviets, who at the time controlled East Germany. Ever wondered about what went into the Bin Laden raid? Look no further.
Key advisors had widely varying confidence levels. I told the president that I was 60%.
Really loved the code section, where we read about the history of the Navajo code talkers during World War II, or how the US cracked codes that resulted in a decisive victory in the Battle of the Midway that changed the course of the war. Even more crazy is Enigma, the name of the cipher machine that Germany used during World War II that was pretty much impossible to crack, until it wasn't, and spared heavy losses inflicted by German U-boats in the Atlantic once it was. This submersible canoe, called Sleeping Beauty, is also kinda crazy. Created by the British during World War II, it was used for both reconnaissance and attacks on enemy vessels.
Made of steel, it weighs 650 pounds.
650 pounds?
8 inches long and 27 inches wide.
There's a cool section about the Trojan horse and how the armies of Genghis Khan used deception to appear larger than they actually were. Oh, and ninjas, come on! The ultimate spies in the shadows. These were some of the tools of sabotage from Britain's Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Can you imagine being killed by lipstick? This area is about the KGB's Lab X and some of its most notorious poisonings. If you've seen the movie Argo, this was from the real-life Canadian caper when the CIA rescued 6 Americans from captivity in Iran under the guise of a movie. This is me hanging onto a glider and sucking at it. Too much pizza. How's that for a disguise? Well, we all know George Washington, but maybe not as America's first spy master. This area showcases spy films. This exhibit focuses on fateful failures, such as Pearl Harbor and 9/11. And this section on Americans who betrayed their country by selling secrets. My personal favorite hobby, this area examines the role of interrogation in getting inside people's heads and making them talk. And the pitfalls of enhanced interrogation and torture.
What do you guys think? Do they look Russian? Come on. Anybody can look at these people and tell that they're Russian. They're not the walkers.
So would you try and squeeze yourself under the hood of a car or a small space? Many East Germans tried, and so we had to have a go of it.
Alright, or West Germany. You may not be crossing the border there, buddy.
Like, this is not comfortable at all.
Of course not.
And that was about it for this visit. Time to eat. Unfortunately for anyone who's visited the National Mall area, the place is a food desert. So we wound up eating some chicken shawarma and a falafel gyro with fries from some food trucks. We then headed back to the hotel, relaxed and gave Zeus some well-deserved loving, before we had a quick drink at the hotel bar and headed out again for dinner. Destination? More Ethiopian food. This time we went to a place called Chercher, where we ate one of their specials, which essentially consisted of split peas, string beans, several types of lentils, cabbage, collard greens, chickpeas, beets, and salad. And again, we ate it with the injera.
So I am not a vegetarian, but this was very good vegetarian. Also, the fact that we ate Ethiopian twice in 2 days says all you need to know about how good the food is.
And we clearly liked it very, very, very much.
And just like that, it was time to fade into the night. The next day, we opted for a simple breakfast.
Are you gonna out me with my meat?
Bid our adieus to our nation's capital, took a nice walk to Union Station, and calmed down this slab of canine cuteness before the trek back to New York City on Amtrak. Have you been to D.C. and not visited anything but the monuments too? Let us know your favorite things to do in the comments. We'll see you on the trails or in the water.